guys, it's Jesse. Welcome back to another episode of It's Not Comics the Gathering anymore. Um, so I have some announcements, and as I've alluded to there, they involve several different things. But I, want this video to just be a quick, sweet, short update on what's going on, kind of give you an idea, and just so you know what's coming out in the future. So, the first thing that is changing around here is who we are, the name. We are rebranding, and there's a very good reason for that. When I started this channel a year ago with my former co-host Rob, it was an idea. It was an idea to get comedic and entertainment talent together to play Magic the Gathering and see what interesting ideas we could get from there. Unfortunately, I had some disagreements with how things were to be done, and with it being my original idea, I decided to take the channel in a different direction. Now, we're at a point where we are making Magic the Gathering content about gameplay and everything else, and the name doesn't feel right anymore. I liked the idea, but it's time for a change. So, we will be rebranding under me. Yes, me. We're going to be rebranding under the name Jesse's Card Empire. Now, that doesn't sound a lot like it could be only Magic the Gathering. And you're right. We're going to be branching out and we're going to be talking card games in general. I love card games. I have had card games or played card games almost my entire life. When I was a wee lad in the 90s, I was heavy into Pokemon. Did I know how to play correctly? Not really, but it was fun and I have fond memories. I still have some of the cards from them. Then, in my teenage years, Yu-Gi-Oh! Loved it. Loved it. Complex gameplay that intrigued my growing mind. But it was only the gateway drug. See, after playing Yu-Gi-Oh! For most of my teenage years, after I graduated high school, I was at a Yu-Gi-Oh! Event when, finally, I was like, hey, I know Magic's the original. Let me try it. And I started with original Zendikar. And I played the entirety of original Zendikar block, and then I made probably the dumbest mistake of my life, which was to say, I'm going to sell out of Magic because I can't afford to do 2 trading card games at once, and I'm going to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Competitively. Now, don't get me wrong, I have lots of fond memories of that time, and I wouldn't trade it for anything else. I wish I'd never sold all the cards I had, but I wouldn't trade it for anything else. 5 years of competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Play, and later, I finally decided to leave that game due to how the game had changed at a competitive scene, and the fact that I was maturing and it felt like the player base wasn't. And that's not to yuck anyone's yum if you're a Yu-Gi-Oh! Player. I still occasionally show up to tournaments and play. I do like the game. It's just, there are some community issues, and I think everybody can agree on that. Just like Konami has some, power creep issues, because that's all the game is. So I decided to move to Magic in 4 or 5 years ago and play solely Magic. It was with Magic Origins. Was the first set back. It was on the tail end of that. I was coming back because Battle for Zendikar. I played original Zendikar. Battle for Zendikar was coming. We were going back to Zendikar, baby. I was in. And I've played consistently since then. But I still love these other games. And making Magic content all the time can get boring. So I want to diversify, not just for reaching a broader audience, but also for my mental health. Because sometimes just hours upon hours of recording Magic gameplay can get tedious on the mind. So, with that and the rebrand, you may be wondering, where did the name Jesse's Card Empire come from? Well, I started a TCGPlayer store under that name. And it's doing pretty well for being a brand new store. I'm quite happy with it. It's been a way for me to get some financial help during these times when I can't get employed because I work in restaurants and have for the last 10 years. Now, there is one negative announcement I need to make. I said that I was going to start streaming on the 4th and that I would be streaming every day, every other day, basically Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday on Twitch from 6 to 9 Pacific Standard Time. I won't be able to do that because I have a regular job again. Unfortunately, I had to go out and get a job that isn't my job that I have waiting for me when my casino reopens, so I could continue to pay my bills because unemployment stipends have run out from the federal government, and they're still trying to figure that out. So, in an effort to keep myself homed and alive, I needed to go back into the workforce, even though it really isn't safe for me right now. So, I was able to get a job that paid what I was making before the shutdown, but is considerably further away. So, that combined with their schedule means, and the fact that it's a more dinner-focused restaurant, I'm going to not be able to get out the amount of videos that I was getting out while I was unemployed, and it directly conflicts with my stream schedule. So, that being said, I won't be able to start streaming. Once I have a handle on what my schedule is going to look like, I might be able to stream once a week, but no promises because my 2 days off might need to be my 2 days off. So I just have to see how the workload is, because I know there are going to be some days where I have 10-hour days. There are going to be other days where I have 6-hour days. So it could be hit or miss. But we are going to expand out the content that we are making. We will have Pokemon Trading Card Game Online content, as well as continued support for Magic Arena. We will do deck techs across the board for all 3 games to talk about some spicy things that are going on in all the different games. I will be reaching out to some members of community in each of those games to help me with it, since I do not actively play the other 2. I will be getting some other people to help me who do actively play. There are a couple Yu-Gi-Oh decks that I know really well, but outside of those decks, I don't really familiarize myself with the bulk of it because it's just too much information for my brain. But yeah, that's the video. Just wanted to make those announcements. So, quick little recap. We're changing the name. We're becoming a card game channel in general. And we're going to start with the big 3, Pokemon, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh! But if you have a card game that you want coverage on, you want me to cover on it, and, you think it's important that, this gets covered, or people know about this, then reach out to me in the comments below. I will see what I can do. If you want to support me, no Patreon, nothing like that, but if you're going to buy card game singles And anyway, check, see if I'm selling it. I sell for TCG low. I'm usually match, unless it's a card I think that the TCG low, the market is too low on it. Like currently, I have my Tarmogoyf priced a little higher because I think that the price depressed from fear that it was going to get reprinted in double masters, and now that we know it's not, the price should start trending back upwards. So I put the price where I thought it should be. But most of the time, I just mess TCGPlayer low, and boom, say go for it. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace.